Hey everyone, it's Viveka Von Rosen, Chief Visibility Officer with Vengresso. And my friend Phil asked a really good question that I get asked a lot, and I realize I don't have a video or a blog post on this. So here you go, LinkedIn video. What do you do when you have more than one business on LinkedIn? What do you do when you've got like a corporate position, but maybe you've also got something on the side? Do you create two profiles? What's the solution? So quick answer, do not create two profiles. It goes against LinkedIn's end user agreement, and it can really confuse people. You know, when they do a search for you, if two or three profiles show up and it's your name and your picture, they don't know which one to go to. Like there's no way of self-directing a client or a prospect to the right profile. So you want to have only one profile. Now, let's talk about some of the branding and some of the solutions to having more than one business on LinkedIn. So first of all, your background image, if you've got more than one business on LinkedIn or more than one company on LinkedIn, chances are they have something in common. You know, unless you're a lawyer who sells Amway, and then maybe not. But chances are there is something in common, either the people that you work with, the solutions that you offer, the industry that you work within, or even just skill sets that you maintain. So look at the commonalities, and then you can create a background image that reflects those commonalities. Or worst case scenario, you know, a skyline of wherever you live. You can put contact information in there as long as it's relevant to both companies, maybe a Google Voice number or a generic Gmail account, or just your favorite quote. Something that speaks to who you are, what you do, and what your skill set is, but isn't necessarily aligned with just one company. So that is your first step, is creating a background image that reflects your skill set, or what the different offers are. I've even seen people who have several different companies and they just did a white background with the 3 different logos and their contact information. So there's some different options there as far as that background image is concerned. The second thing, of course, is the headline, the professional headline that goes underneath your name. Now, if I still had my old company linked into business, or if I was marketing my book, I could do everything here and just take out the actual company name at the end, and it would still reflect my different areas of expertise. So similar to the background image, if you have different areas of expertise, but they're aligned, or you serve the same type of audience, whatever that you have in common that you can showcase in this professional headline, that's what I would do here. Leave the title at company out and showcase skill set, just like we talked about in the background image. The summary section is really where all of this comes together. So rather than using it to talk about the one company, product, or service that you serve and the one audience or 2 or 3 audiences that you serve, this is where you tell your story. You know, yes, I work as a account manager with CenturyLink. And I also have this business that I'm passionate about, building longboards. I don't know, totally making this up. Now you can see there, we've got two completely different businesses. But what you do is figure out, well, what do they have in common? Or, you know, why did you take up building longboards? And what are the similarities? So maybe the similarities are in your customer service. You know, whether I'm surfing in the Atlantic Ocean or I'm serving my client base with the best WD-WAN solutions there are, I'm always paying attention to every little detail. You know, I could die on my longboard if I don't, and my clients depend on me to do it. You see what I'm saying? You create a story about the commonalities between the two jobs or the two businesses. If they're really aligned, it's easier, obviously. Then you just talk again about your skill sets and how those skills for the different companies serve your client base. Or maybe it's the same type of product or service, just two different types of client bases. You can tell the story around that. So you've got 2,000 characters in your summary section to explain that. And of course, add relevant media down below. Now, as far as your experience section, you can very easily create two different experience sections, and then using the bar, move up or down whichever experience you want first. And I always say, the first experience section should be the one that you're making the most money in. So for me, it's Vengresso. But as I come down here, well, I'm also an advisory board member for One Mob, but I also have a book that I sell and promote, and I also, do gigs, blogging for other companies, etc. So if you look at my actual profile, just click on my name after this video, it'll take you over to my profile. If you just click on my profile, it'll actually take you through to the different experience sections, and you can get an idea of how to manage those different experience sections. And to that point, if you want to build a different company page for those different experience sections, you can do that too. So there's a lot of things that you can do with your branding on LinkedIn that will serve both or all of your businesses. The main thing to consider is, what do they have in common, and how can you really build up on those commonalities as opposed to what the differences are in confusing people. So building up those commonalities helps to keep your message clearer. Long answer, but that is how you represent your different businesses or companies using a single LinkedIn profile.